All right, welcome back to another episode of Tailor Made Rides. Today, we're going to be going from Holley EFI first generation Sniper to a 4-barrel carburetor. Now, this will be on the 390 big block Ford, and there's a couple reasons for this one. The main one is I'm having all sorts of issues with fuel delivery, the computer system on this, and I want to get it back on the road as the truck has classic insurance on it, or it's classic plates, and I can't run it basically, or I can only run it basically up till October. And I haven't had a chance to drive this very much at all. So we're not getting rid of the EFI. We're probably going to use it on this car you see behind me. This is a drag car we're building. It is a 65 Pontiac Grand Prix. It'll have a turbo LS, manual valve body, 4 L80E, and the frame right here is getting redone. So that'll go on top, or that EFI system will go on that car in a way that we can make it so that way it won't have any of that electrical interference. So stay tuned today. We're going to take that old one off, go ahead and put the mechanical fuel pump back on, and go ahead and see if we can get this bad boy back on the road. It is very hot in the shop today, so you'll see me slowly get drenched with sweat. Stay tuned, and I hope you watch it from the fun, cool area in your house or garage. Thanks for watching. So right now, it is running, and there you go. It died on me. Now, I'm not sure if you could hear or not, but that fuel pump, I'm going to make the noise, and it's going to be embarrassing here, but it's like, it's wavy going up and down, and it's not consistent. And I have a sneaking suspicion it may be a return line that is maybe restricted a little bit. I ran through it, not seeing anything, and it's not pulling any air where it should be. All the lines are tight, and the fittings are good. So my next step is I spoke to a couple people, and actually a gentleman who had one on a 66 Grand Prix, and he says that you have any sort of electric interference by the spark plugs, battery cables, you'll have all sorts of issues. I am not at the point right now where I'm going to be tracking down electrical issues. I want this thing back on the road, so we're going old school, carbureted, and it's going to be back on the road hopefully this afternoon. Stay tuned. Hopefully we can have this EFI system off in about half hour to an hour. Let's keep at it. Okay, so this is what we got going on now that the whole vehicle is hot. Pop the hood. A couple videos ago you saw me put this on, and we have our fuel pumps mounted down here, and I'll get you guys in a second. EFI's up top. So the only thing that we're really going to have to do is fuel. We're going to run our stock line here. We're going to connect it right to where the factory pump would be. So we're going to run that line. We'll just block off our return with a vacuum cap on the tank. And then it's just unbolting this, and then a lot of zip ties that hold on our EFI. There are going to be a couple miscellaneous relays and fuses up here on the firewall, but we'll go ahead, pull that off, get it. And like I said, we're going to save everything, as it'll be going on our other car where we can really fine tune and put perfection, if you will, on that whole setup. Let's get after it. So this is our fuel pump right here. Right down there. That's the electric one. That's actually the second pump I've ran into, or I've had on this truck. The first one is an MSD pump name brand, and then this one is the Holley one that they give you for the EFI, and it does make that issue. Now we do have a couple, you see those, what do you want to call them, relay fuses and everything. The one on the right is for our fuel pump. The other one on the far left is for our ignition I wired in, and then the center one is power for the distributor, I believe. I need to verify that, but this shouldn't be too terrible. I'm a little bit bummed it's not working out. I can always throw it on in the fall, but like I said, I just want to get this bad boy back on the road. First thing I'm going to do is actually disconnect our battery here. This is a marine battery I'm actually using. Take that off, and I'm going to disconnect all of our positives. Set these guys. I like marine batteries. A lot of people don't use them, and you probably shouldn't, but I do what I want. So we'll start with the air cleaner here. Take this bad boy off. So we're not going to get rid of this completely, but we are going to take it off just so we can get this thing back on the road and enjoy it for the summertime. So we're not done with it, just done with it for right now, if that makes sense. I'm going to fast forward you guys here, And I'm going to go ahead and start removing all this back wire. And you can see that wire loom, and it's a mess. I know it's a mess. It's horrible. But I'm going to go ahead and start removing all of this. You'll be in fast forward here. And I'll go ahead, get all that going out. We'll take our pump out. And then that's kind of it. We're going to feed the wires through for the screen. Going to all box it up because, again, we're saving this. But I'll put you guys on fast forward here, and we'll just keep rolling through it. So hang out. So our EFI is off. You can tell, you see right there on the intake. Now these wires here, this red one with that fuse link, that fuse is going to stay. That's part of my ignition switch, so that way no one steals the truck. These wires here, we got a pink one and this red one go into the firewall. Yes, I know it's a mess. I am doing a brand new harness and mix with our old harness. We're trying to convert the truck over to some new stuff. I have to go in there and feed that pink one out along with that little red one, and then our loom here, our wires, can come out of the truck. All right, so this is a change of plans. That pink wire that's coming in, I'm going to keep that. It actually, oh, wait a minute here. No, the pink wire still has to come off. Yeah, okay, never mind. But this one, our red one, is the other side of our fusible link, which goes to the battery. Basically makes a loop and there's a switch. So that way if anyone tries to steal the truck, I can hit that switch, or maybe when I park, I hit that switch, it cuts power off. So if someone did try and steal the truck, they go in, they hit the key, nothing's gonna happen. So we're gonna leave this guy in. I'm gonna take that pink one off the backside of our ignition switch, get our harness out of here because that's our last piece. Go ahead and try and tidy this all up, and then we're gonna put our carburetor on and run our fuel lines. Okay, so this is the old EFI harness, if you will. We got our relays here, our fuel pump relay, ignition relays. These are all the plugs. This is all it took for it to run that truck. It's really quite simple. And like I said, we're going to save it for the car, the drag car build. This one, I just want to get it back on the road. And I wasn't happy with it anyway. I'm going to do a little bit at the end here, talk about the pros and cons of why I did this, and maybe why you would want to do it if you were going this route. But we're going to keep going here. I'm going to get that electric fuel pump out of the way. We'll make a nice little spot here. We'll box it all up and keep it in a nice clean area. We'll continue on. I'll update you as we go. So here's the carburetor. Just a old Holley 600 or 650, one of the two. Vacuum secondaries. It's pretty good. Ran it before. It's damn near brand new. And I'm just going to give it a nice little shot, spray it out, just to make sure there's some dust and stuff in there, because it sat a little bit. Ouch. Gets right in the cuts. Blow some of that crap out of there. Looks a lot better. Rebuilt. All right. Carburetor's here, got it cleaned up. I did end up replacing two of the vacuum ports, or the plugs on the backside here. They had some cracks in it, and I just want to make sure we're starting good and fresh. Go ahead and stick this on. Looks all right. Put some of our plugs back in here. Okay. Technically, our carburetor is installed. So now I'm going to start running. We got our fuel line inlet here. I got to take our old fuel off, some of our fuel line off from the tank. That guy right there. I need to run. We have a hard line at some, yeah, this guy's our hard line down there. Or, well, this goes into our hard line from the tank. That's our return. So I need to probably take this line, hook it onto that, and run it. But first, let's get our piece off so we can put our mechanical pump back on. Down here, I'm sure you saw me wrenching. So right there, that's where our mechanical pump goes. I just took off the block off plate I was running before. I'll go ahead and clean that up. I'll go steal one off of my other engine. All right, I'm gonna attempt to get the bottom of that clean without getting a crap ton of stuff inside. I knew that was gonna happen. Nope. Stop it. I'm also just gonna put a light amount. This is the gasket. I'm gonna reuse it. You can see it's got a little indent up top, but it's brand new. I mean, this truck doesn't even have, with this EFI setup, it doesn't even have 500 miles on it. So I'm gonna lightly put some RTV. Again, just a little bit. I'm almost doing it just so it holds, acts as if like a super glue for that gasket. All right, now some people don't put any on at all. Some people do. I am just going to put not even that much of just grease on the arm of our pump, because it sits in there, rides up and down, right? You don't want it to be dry, and like it looks like just like you can see barely any. I'll do the whole thing, and you don't want to glob it on there, because then this will obviously get in the oil, and it's not, you know, it's not engine grease or buildable grease, so you don't want to go nuts. There, so I think it was just the angle we were at. Wasn't great. Giving me a little resistance, so I went in slow. Things seem to be okay. Good. All right. Cool. So I need to run an outlet pipe. So this is my, I should have looked, huh? Where's my in and where's my out? Okay, so in's on the left. Oop, I can't really see it, can you? In's on the left, that left port, and then the one I need to add is our engine option one. So I'm gonna go get a fitting. We'll start running some lines up. All right, good morning. Welcome back. It's a new day, TaylorMade Rides. We're gonna continue with day 2 of the EFI to carburetor. And I forgot my belt this morning. I know, how does one do that? So I'm gonna attempt to zip tie my pants together here. Just see if I can, oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, see if I can get this side too. Hopefully I don't have to pee. That way I can untuck my shirt. Feel pretty good. All right, we can get down to work now. Okay, so we left off on this. Got the fuel pump in yesterday. Got the fuel pump in. Carburetor's on, tight. We got And I did find a new carb gasket for that, so we may end up, I'm hesitant on that back, that stud came out of the aluminum. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to keep going, put our new fitting in that I got from the parts store. And props to the Napa here in town. I said, I don't know what size fitting it is. I just need one that goes on a hose for an older mechanical pump. He goes, I think I know what you need. Handed me this first try, and it fits amazing. So Napa is the place to be, right? Perfect. So we'll throw some thread sealant on that, pull our hoses that we're not going to use, our EFI ones, out, start rerouting things. We only need one from the tank to the pump, and then from the pump to the carb. After that, it's then hooking up the miscellaneous vacuum lines, making sure our lines for the vacuum secondaries are correct, because I think I didn't have them hooked up the first time I ran this carb. I know, stupid thing to do, but I think I didn't have it. So we're going to go ahead and hook that up, clean up our wiring here because it looks a little messy, then try and fire this up and see how it runs. And I do need, unfortunately, the this vehicle up on the lift. I'm going to try and get it on our 4-post here. And we need to take a look at possibly replace that transmission pan gasket. Transmission's rebuilt. I'll get into that later, but it leaks something horrible. And we're trying to go to the truck pulls, not to participate, but to see them this weekend. It's Sunday. Today's Tuesday, and we're going to try and make sure that this is roadworthy to go 2 miles into town. So far, we haven't been able to put more than 100 miles on this. So without me yapping anymore, let's get to it. Let's have a good morning and see what we can come up with. All right, so I didn't have any thread locker, so I just used red Loctite. And I don't ever plan on taking this fitting out, so I'm either going to screw myself or the next guy, and it's going to be me. I don't ever plan on selling this, so I hope that fits. Now, Loctite it in, cross-threaded to all get out. Fuel pump's on. I need to then take our line off here. This is our return from underneath the truck. That goes to the tank. All right, let's get after that. Okay, here's our fuel line. We're going to use this, probably a good 10 foot of this line here. So this is going to then go from the tank, the outlet of the tank, up to our pump here. And we're going to run our small one from the, so it's going to get tricky here. We're going to run our small one up to the carb from the pump. Bear with me. It's going to get messy though, because there's like full tank of gas in the truck. So hang tight. Okay, truck's out there in the shop. I'm actually in the side room here because it is horrible. And the whole shop smells like gasoline. It's like the BP oil spill, but we're in the shop, not the ocean. Anyway, I'm a little lightheaded here, so I'm going to hang out here, get some air. I don't know if you can hear it, but there is an air line going, blowing all of that gasoline out from underneath the truck because it stinks in here, and I'm trying not to smoke the whole place or smell the whole place out. I'm a little lightheaded, so I'm going to go stand outside and hopefully I'll pass out in the grass and get ran over by a mower or something, take me out of my misery. But the lines are in, they're tight, I think. Probably going to have 14 million leaks on here, but see you in a little bit when I get my head back, get my brain back. Okay, it has been a minute, and I apologize, it is such a mess over here. But I got the carburetor on, the lines are on, and I was taking another look at it, and I'm gonna have to, my linkage here, you can see it hits my manifold, so I'm gonna have to trim that. But when I first had this carburetor on, I would go to give it wide open, or I'd get on it, and I felt like I only was running off of the primaries. Now our secondary here never engages. I can be wide open and it won't engage. So I'm going to change the location here to meet, because like I said, I'll see if I go to a different spot. Here we go, wide open. Now I don't know if you can see, this does not ever move. It's supposed to open or close. You can see it returns, and it never is working properly, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead, clearance out my my intake here. I'm gonna cover this all up, clearance it out, to go ahead and possibly adjust so that way we actually get our secondaries and we're not running like a dirt track car. Stay tuned. Well, I'll show you when I get it done. Okay, so it's been a little bit, and I actually put the secondary lever back where it was. I think I was wrong before. I do have some of the wires out of the way here. I have my vacuum lines all hooked up. We're gonna be running without a choke right now. That's for the coil. But I think I have everything good to go. I'm gonna kind of tidy up the area here and hose down underneath the truck along with kind of on the frame, because I did get a lot of gas everywhere. And even with the fans and my air hose trick, I wanna make sure we're not gonna have any issues. This is pretty good, so I think we'll fire it up here in just a second. Okay, floor is hosed down. I'm gonna move my lights. Fuel line's hooked up, linkage is hooked up. I even sprayed down the frame rail header that I got stuff on. I'm going to try it out, I suppose. So keep an eye on stuff, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, hello. So many functions on that one. All right, let's keep an eye on it, see what happens. Although it seems like we don't have any spark at the moment, to be honest. Oh, there's fuel. Let's see what we got now. It's alive! Not bad at all. All right, it's been a little bit, and some behind the scenes happened. I have the truck now on the lift. It runs and drives, and the carb sounds pretty good. I think I need to adjust the timing a little bit. Fires right up. The idle and timing, need to adjust that. But I want to let it sit. I have been having issues with the transmission pan leaking, and I did a fix I'm not entirely proud of. I'll show you. But I just went through with some RTV, and this transmission has been fixed before, rebuilt, and I've had nothing but issues with it leaking ever since. Now, this is the C6, and I just put a light coat on where the pan is. Didn't get a chance to go the whole way. I know it's the worst thing. It's not an actual fix. I have a new gasket for it, but like I said, I just want to be able to get to the fairgrounds this weekend without any huge issues. And it's a temporary fix. Just put him back up there. Temporary fix. Nothing major. I will go back and replace that. This actually has all new hardware in it. So that will get replaced at some point, hopefully in the fall when I have this thing parked and I can redo the front end. But other than that, we're going to let it sit. We're going to let that dry for a little bit, fill it back up with fluid, make sure everything's good, or top it off, I should say, and then take this thing for a test drive. Okay, so it's been a minute. Got the flashlight out. We're going to see, it's been a couple hours actually. We're going to see how that is cured, add some fluid to it, and then hopefully, it's raining, right? So I don't have working windshield wipers. We're going to try and drive this home. I live about 15 minutes out of town. And we'll see what happens with the carb, fill the transmission back up, because again, it had that leak, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. All right, here's what we're looking at. And well, I mean, it looks the same. Let's see if I can touch it here. Well, it's tacky. Actually dried up pretty well. Probably should wait overnight, but nope, we're in a hurry. We're just gonna, Oh yeah, actually, it's dry. This is the bad spots right up here. Don't mind all the washers and, oh, that's for the O2 sensor I never took out. That's gonna stay. Horrible job, but that guy right there, again, temporary. This transmission leaked before. I got it rebuilt twice and it's leaked ever since. So, this will be the first time she's heard this with mufflers on it, and she used to riding it with straight pipes and, yeah, open headers. So we're gonna see if we can get her reaction. Yeah, earplugs, literally. She didn't. We could say she wasn't a fan. So I'll fire it up and we'll see if you think it's any better. I'm gonna back it up to the open door. I got the thumbs up. Okay, I don't have my microphone, so I'm gonna talk a little louder, but we're gonna try and check that transmission fluid. Obviously, I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, make sure we're right where we need to be. Type F for these older Fords, and Cosette here gave us the thumbs up of approval, and so she likes it. She says it's better. So, sorry, I thought I heard something, but yeah, sounds good. I'm hearing a little bit of noise. Not crazy about, but I'm gonna throw this thing on the road. I'm gonna bring the transmission fluid. I have fire extinguisher. I'm gonna shut down, check the oil actually. Okay, so we're all good. Oil's good. Transmission, we'll kind of play that by feel, see how it shifts and whatnot. The reason I can't check it is the dipstick I have two of them, and they're, how do I put this? The one that came with it, the transmission shop lost the seal and stuff on the cap, and so I didn't have the right one, so I borrowed one, and it's the different length. Now, I can't find my original one, because I have that effect on things. So we're gonna play it by ear, see if it makes it down the road. Fire extinguishers with me, I'll bring extra transmission fluid. She's going to follow us in case something catches on fire. We can at least, she can watch me burn inside of the truck. Oh. Captain goes down with the ship. Just kidding. Yeah, Maiden Voyage back home from Holley Sniper EFI to the Carburetor. I'm gonna let this run outside really quick and give you a quick couple reasons why I did this swap. And I'll try and do a little footage on the way back home. It is raining, I don't have wipers, 10 minutes out of town, but brand new old tires that are about 15 years old. So you can't see her in the frame right now, but she's giving me dirty looks. So, a couple things here at the end why we did this. Again, it went from Holley Sniper first generation to a traditional 600 CMF carburetor. One of the issues was we had a lot of that interference with the electric spark plug wires. There was a lot of electric wires running across the top. Did a lot of research and figured out that could be an issue. Why I have always had some of the hard starts or the issues with the tuning or random dies. It would die on me randomly. Now, could I have fixed that? Yes. Again, I'm trying to get this back on the road. It's been about 1.5 years since I've actually driven the truck reliably. So we went from to take care of that. I've also had fuel pump issues, and we did see that my return line is good to go. So that made me think, all right, what else could be going on? And I didn't want to spend another $300 or $250 on a new pump when I already have the setup right here. So again, fuel pump issues, the electricity interfering with the computer on that, and I don't even know if throttle position sensor is still good or any of those that are actually on the unit itself. We will be using this again on our drag car, so this will not be the last time you see it. So we'll use it, and we'll try and go ahead and get some quality or better parts and just replace all of those sensors to begin with. One of the last things here, you can't go wrong with a carburetor. They're really easy to tune, easy to fix, and you can find parts just about anywhere in any state or town that you go to. And I would love to road trip this thing out to South Dakota or even down south. So give you a little bit of footage on the drive home, let you see how that's going. But other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting and you had a little bit more fun than I did, as it did fight me a little bit of the way. Thanks again. We'll see you around. So far, so good. We're only doing 20 miles an hour, but so far, like I said, all right, we're getting up to speed here, and so far, so good. Did have an officer behind us, I'm not gonna lie, and a little nervous because I was on my phone and I dropped it. So, but I think we're good. Anyway, here's the oil pressure. We're doing pretty nice. Again, we're doing about 50. So far so good. Home stretch, here we come. Let me get back to driving here, but so far, knocked on wood, so far so good. She's following us, that's her behind me. Look at all that. This guy's got a ton of farm equipment. Pretty cool. All right, and there we have it. It made it back, drove all the way back to the house, and not gonna lie, it's hard to tell, see if anything's dripping, but I think we're okay. We'll check it out when it dries out. Overall, not bad. I'm glad it worked out. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna head inside. If you really liked the video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.